This is for the police entry requirements. This involves long distance running, which is basically the bleep test, which is the endurance test. It's a 15-metre course marked out by lines over which the candidate runs, obviously. The candidate will shut a run there and back and to make sure it's on the other side of what the bleep is, and the bleep will get faster and faster and faster, and then therefore you've got to keep that pace going and going and going, and eventually you're going to get tired out. Why? To be able to run long distance without getting tired. Obviously, this is for the police, so you're going to be running after someone. And maybe if it's a long run, you don't want to get tired, just let the suspect get away. It's not a good idea. The bleep gets faster over time, ensuring a candidate runs harder. Yeah, exactly. To pass, you need to get a 5.4, which isn't actually that hard, but comparing it to like the army, where you need a much higher one, which is obviously more serious because it's the army, but I'm sure 5.4 is quite easy to get. Aerobic endurance. This involves a push and pull test. It's measured specifically designed machine called a rowing machine. The position: the candidate sits in a chair with their back towards a backrest and their feet widely spread on the ground. The candidate begins with 3 test pushes to warm up, obviously, and then must give a 5 maximum effort, which is the actual exercise, which they will give a reading of strength. Once completed, the candidate sits at the other end of the machine, grabs 2 flexible handles, and rests their chest against the front rest. Again, performs 3 warm-up balls, and then 5 maximum effort, and then obviously records your readings. The agreed level for the push and pull is a 34k push and a 35k pull in order to achieve the entrance times fitness for the police. Again, that's not really that difficult. This is based on dynamic strength, obviously, with the test of strength to hold a detained subject or move a detained subject to a vehicle or a cell. So that would be an example. Muscular endurance. The candidate have to pass both endurance test and push-pull strength test in order to successfully pass the fitness requirement of gaining entrance into the police service. The tests are regardless of age or gender. So that's for the police. Going into the army, the tests are set up to see how physically fit a new recruit is in all areas of fitness. These tests are very simple and very effective, as it's the army and it's quite serious. This involves a 1.5-mile run, and to pass it you need to get less than 12.45 seconds. Well, minutes, 12 minutes 45 seconds for the infantry, and 9 minutes 18 for the parachute regiment, which is obviously the aerobic endurance part. 50 set-ups in 2 minutes, which would be the muscular endurance to pass, and 45 press-ups in 2 minutes, which is obviously the muscular endurance as well. For officers, they need to complete a bleep test to a point of 10.2, which is quite difficult, but it's doable. Quite doable, which is obviously, it's just serious stuff. The carry test they have to do. Carry 2 jerry cans, each weighing 20k over a set course. The set course is a distance of 150 metres, and it's expected to be completed a maximum of 2 minutes, and this involves power and strength, going to the best of your ability, trying to get the best time. Again, dynamic lift. This test measures how much weight can be lifted from the floor to a height of 1.45 metres using an incremental lift machine at 5 to 10 kg, and you will need to lift the weighted weight to a height of 1.45 to pass. Each time complete the weight and it will increase. The static lift again is involved. You need to pull against a dynamometer. This measures the maximum amount of force you can exert in a single lift. The back extension, strapped to a machine and asked to extend back as far as you can, the machine will slowly increase the amount of resistance. Pull-ups again is involved. Hang under a beam with arms fully extended. You need to pull yourself up to your chin and over the beam, which counts as 1. Dynamic and strength lift pass rate is based on your height and weight, obviously. The last 2 are only to give the army a better insight into your fitness levels. if you fail, you won't fail the entire medical, you can always retry it. So that's it for the army. Going into fire services as the last one, again you have to bleed test, and to pass it you need a level 8, which is a bit more than a police, but just under the army, which seems suitable, which again is aerobic endurance. Hose running, yeah, again, clues in the name, you run with the hose for a distance and you have to in a certain time, which you need good strength for that, It's quite serious, you go into a burning house, you need to get all sorted out as fast as you can, because obviously lives are at risk. I've done a climbing test, climbing a high building, you obviously need to extend it, again, which involves speed, obviously, to go out climb it, and strength to actually push out. And again, the ladder extent test is like all strength basically. You need to pull up as high as you can. You don't want to spend like 2 or 3 people like the fire brigades to actually help you. You need to be able to do it yourself, whilst the other team is getting everything ready. You need to do a deadlift 50k power for the lifting people from the ground if they are trapped in a house. And enclosed space test body composition to see if you can withstand be trapped in a confined space. So again, if you're in a building that's on fire, it's falling down, things are getting quite cramped, you need to be able to stay calm and try and get your job done as efficiently as you can.